KTN News.
A gorge of death right there, a story by my colleague George Maringa when it comes to the patterns, the weather patterns. And Patricia, you've just seen what my colleague has filed. It's a sad incident. You know, 4 members of a family, a tourist and a tour guide died at the same time. Does it mean that some of the weather predictions that the Met Department gives is ignored? Because I believe KWS is also part of the people who receive your mails. So when you give, you know, your weather predictions to different tourist sites, you know, the management, do they actually follow it?
We hope that they do, because as you've seen, lives of people are involved. So we hope that they follow the forecast and then interpret them in a way that will ensure the safety of the tourists who are in that region. Mm-hmm. And when they don't, then we see the sad consequences. Mm-hmm. But sometimes flash floods, for example, occur in rains occur in a different region, and then the water just comes down. So it might be a bit hard for them also to kind of tell whether it will happen in that exact region. Mm-hmm. So we'd advocate for really paying attention to the forecast that we give.
And at that particular tourist site where, you know, this sad incident has happened, can we say it's a place that usually receives a high, you know, amount of rainfall?
They are within the western parts of the country, so especially for the forecast that we've given, they will receive enhanced rainfall. Mm-hmm. So it might not be a lot of rainfall, but because of the gorges that we've seen, water follows specific ways. Mm-hmm. So if tourists are in those regions, if people are in those regions, then if the water is too much, they might be swept away.
So we talked about the effects of what we expect to happen within the next 3 months. That's from October to December. We expect the flash floods. What else? What again do we expect? Do we expect, of course, maybe health-related sickness? Apart from that, what else do we expect?
In terms of the health sector, the potential impact that we give is because of the high rainfall, we might have stagnant water, and these are breeding grounds for pathogens. So we might have increased incidences of malaria, especially in areas where water is not drained well. Mm-hmm. And then for the energy sector, this forecast is favorable. Mm-hmm. Because most of our electricity is hydro-generated. Mm-hmm. So the dams are expected to be full, and production of electricity should go on well.
Mm-hmm. Production of electricity should go on well, and I'm sure someone who's watching right now is saying, I hope even the electricity bill will go down.
Hopefully.
Hopefully it will go down.
Yeah.
Now, you've given us like a breakdown of what we need to expect. What would you like to tell Kenyans as we, you know, bring this discussion to an end? Because, I mean, during this time, you'll either hear people have been flushed away by the floods, you'll either hear, you know, cars have been stuck, of course, because of floods and everything. So the most dangerous places that Kenyans need to avoid? Actually,
what I would say is to access our information, because the seasonal forecast that we've given will be accompanied by a monthly one, a weekly one, and daily ones. And we have a good presence on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, and even our own website for the Kenya Meteorological Department. Mm-hmm. So using this information and should be able to guide Kenyans to either avoid areas that are expected to have floods, and to maybe plant crops and carry out agricultural activities based on the forecast that we give.
Mm-hmm. And the coastal region?
The coastal region is towards the eastern, so we expect near normal to above normal rainfall. Mm-hmm. So still good rainfall for farming, those who farm within those regions. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So clearly good news for Kenyans right there.
Yes.
Electricity, I hope the price will go down. We just hope they reduce it, and of course bounty harvest, you know, maize, a lot of harvest. All right, there you've had it from the Kenya Meteorological Department when it comes to matters, the weather pattern. We've been talking to Patricia Nyunguro, who's the principal meteorologist, climate services at the Met Department. Allow me to take a short break here on KTN News Center, but when we come back during a second hour, we still have a lot lined up for you.